Hello, everybody. I wanted to go over some questions that most people have when playing Summoner Wars. It's whether it's a basic noob question or a question that I've seen, max levels ask. Some questions. A question I saw somebody ask yesterday was, "Do you lose leadership skills when your leader dies? When you're in battle and your leader is killed?" You don't lose the leadership skill when the leader is killed because the leadership skill is applied before you start your battle and it is given to everybody. So if the leader does die, you don't lose this skill. Another question that people have asked constantly, beginning players have asked, is how do I awaken my monsters? And to awaken your monsters, you have to gather all the essences. The essences are specific to the type of monster you want to awaken, whether it's wind, fire, water, dark, light. Conan, not now. You can get the essences by doing the dungeons. You do the Hall of Fire, Hall of Magic, Hall of Water. The Hall of Magic gives all essences, so in theory, you could gather all of them by just doing the Hall of Magic, but it's not recommended because the essence drops are random, so you'd never truly get what you're after. As you can see here, we're going to go to our Fire Toist, and when you click Awaken, it tells you what type of essences you need. So in here we need Fire Mid and Fire Low, and then we need Magic Mid and Magic Low. Magic can only be gotten from the Hall of Magic, but that's always active, so you never have to worry about not being able to get those. But the Elemental Dungeons run a cycle of 6 days, and they end, I believe it's Thursday, and then they start up again on Sunday. And the order that they go in is Light, Dark, Fire, Water, Wind. Wind being the last one. So if you want a dungeon, it'd have to be during those days that those specific dungeons are active. Another question you may have, or some people do have, is what are Rainbowmon for? And they're basically for evolution. As you can see, when we click our Fire Barbaric King, we can put him in. We can put that Rainbowmon there. This is the Rainbowmon. This is our Rainbowmon here, and he's an evolution material, so he's used for evolving monsters. So you don't have to waste monsters like our Fire Mystic Witch or our Fire Toist or Toma, which is the Water Penguin. It's basically so that you don't have to waste other monsters that you want to keep. You always get Rainbowmons at maximum level, whether it's in the dungeon, the story. You get them from the shop. I believe you can get them from this shop here with the glory points. Can we get them? No. Oh, we can get Devilmon. Those are for skill ups if you want to know about that. But they're always at max level, and they can be evolved. But when they evolve, remember, they start at level 1, and they cannot be used in battle. So the only true way to use them, to level them up, is by powering up them with other monsters. Another question some people have are, how do I level faster? How do I level my monsters faster? The best way to level your monsters the fastest is to get a really good attacker and try to make him as high as you can make it, as you can possibly make it, whether it's 5 stars or 4 stars max level, and try to awaken them as well because their stats increase. And then use that monster, go to a scenario. My favorite scenario on this account, because this is my alt, is Kabir Ruins, because it's easier for me at my level with my monsters. It's easier. I do it on hard mode when I want to level specific monsters. I go here to, oh no, that's L. I go here to hard, and I do hard mode, and I'll put my Fire Barbaric King either as the leader, as you can see up there, or I'll put him just within the group itself, and I'll use him, and I'll let him, take down the bosses and most of the monsters within the area. But what I would recommend is when you get an attacker that's really good, you go to the Famine Volcano and you just do path 1 because it's the you do the first stage path. It's the easiest. You always get energy. You almost always get energy in return, and more than likely you'll either get the same amount of energy you've used or just a little bit more, so that you keep your energy continuously going. Some people ask, how do I get runes, or where do I get runes for my monsters, and how do I know which runes to use for which monsters? To get runes, you can go to Giants, Dragons, or Necropolis here in the Karios dungeon on the map on the bottom. That is where you get all your runes. You get all your runes in these 3 dungeons, or you can get them in the scenario. But remember, this, for those who want to know, the scenario only carries up to a certain amount of runes, and then they don't carry any more. And for those that want specific runes, like Rage or Vampire, they've been moved to Necro because they're considered now endgame runes, and they won't be in the easier dungeons. Easy, but when I say easier, I mean your Giants dungeon teams and your Dragon dungeon teams, they can be interchanged, and you can always use different monsters for those ruins, those dungeons. But for Necro, you basically need a team of multi-hit monsters. What I mean by multi-hit is they attack more than once with one skill, and this allows them to bring down his shield. Let's see if we can do one real quick. I haven't done any of on this character. I don't have a lot of multi-hit monsters. Let's see. She's multi-hit. Who else is multi-hit here? I just want to show you guys, so this way you guys can see. I don't have a lot of multi-hit monsters at the current moment. He does do one multi-hit, and him as well. And I'm gonna bring Danny Jello with us. It's one of my friends. She plays, and I had her add me on this account and my other one. But you basically need a bunch of multi-hit monsters to do Necro. It's not easy, and I recommend getting a team and building them before attempting this, because it's not easy. Like in the beginning, you'll be like, "Oh, this is easy. It's not a problem," but it is truly very difficult, because his shield goes up every turn, and if he's faster than you, his shield is always going to be up, and you have to take it down, and the only way to take it down is by hitting him multiple times. So you want to have multiple hit monsters in order to take down his shield. As you can see, we're just autoing it. I don't want to waste too much time on this. We're just gonna try to go through it as fast as possible. It is a nice addition to the game, but it also makes the game very difficult, because it's not an easy dungeon, and it's not that it's not easy, it's a little too hard. Also, he can take control of one of your monsters, and you'd have to kill them to regain them. As you can see, he comes back to life when you kill him the first time, and his shield is always going up. You need to take it down with multi-hits. You need to be stronger than him. As you can see, look, it's back up, and now we got it down again, and now we hit him, and finally we kill him. It's not an easy dungeon. I don't like to do it because it's truly not worth it right now with the monsters I have. Let's see. No, we don't want that. We will take that +5 though. That's good for us. It's not easy. It's fun. It adds a new element to the game. It's just not worth it when you do it. But like I said, and for you to know which runes are best for your monsters, I like to ask in chat, but a lot of the times I know what it's like when you ask a question and you're ignored because they just don't pay attention or they overlook your comment. So what I like to do sometimes is, or most of the time, I come here and I come to user information. When I click a monster, you can see the little people icon over here, right here, just above the settings icon. And you click that, and I don't look at the latest. I look at suggested, even if the latest are the suggested. because it helps you the most. Not all monsters will have user information for you. Like let's go over here. Our light Rakasha, which is, she's amazing, by the way. If you get her, like, hats off to you. I got her in a wish. She's really good. Not a lot of people, as you can see, only one is the best. Not a lot of people have information about her, and they don't give you a lot of information. A lot of people are like, you can get runes, we'll give you monsters, and blah 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 from liking comments and stuff. Those are annoying because people do them just to troll you. But that's where I would go if I want information on what runes I should find for my monsters. Like, we're going to go here to our Fire Barbaric King. We're going to click Suggested. And they give you detailed information. Like here, for this monster, rune him with Fatal Blade. Early game, Fatal Focus if unable to get decent accuracy. Violent Revenge, Advanced Blade, Violent Blade, or Violent Focus. People say Violent because Violent gives you an extra turn. And most people use those in Arena at high levels. And it's not a bad rune. And a lot of people are annoyed at it because it gives you an extra turn. It gives you a chance at an extra turn. I believe the chance is like 22%. Let's check it. Let's check it here. We're gonna go to runes real quick. We have one. Oh, yeah. We have a Violent rune. That's a really good one. I haven't put out any monsters yet because I don't have any monsters to use. But yeah, no. Dang it. You get an extra turn with 22% chance when you have a full set, which we don't. I don't use them like everybody else does, so in my opinion, I wouldn't use them. I would stick with the combination that's best for you. So as you can see, some people say Violent Revenge for advanced play, or Violent Blade, or Violent Focus. If you want my opinion, I would stick with Fatal Blade. Fatal gives you plus 35% extra attack, and then Blade gives you plus 12% extra critical rate, which is why they tell you to get attack percent, critical damage, and I would go attack percent again. His stun effect is only on is on his second ability. I'm going to show you guys here. It's only on this ability that he gets a stun effect. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, actually about 7 times out of 10, it'll proc by itself, even with monsters with high resistance, even though it's 40%. You can do it like this. As you can see, I have a random assortment of crap because I'm trying to get Rage, because Rage increased critical damage, and they'd be a lot better than my Fatal. But what I would do is, if you want the accuracy, just sub out Blade runes, which give you only plus 12% critical rate, which you can make up for in substats with focus attack runes with critical damage or critical rate in the substats. It's not that important for focus though. I would really just focus on his damage, because his third skill is where everything is best. As you can see, he strikes the enemy twice. He hits them twice. If the target has less than 50% HP, the damage is increased by 50%. And while this attack is on cooldown, your attack speed increases and you recover 10% HP every turn. That's amazing. And that has saved my butt a lot of times in this scenario. And it's simply because while I don't have the effect of Fatal, I do have a lot of attack on him and critical damage. So it's not too bad for me at the moment. But that's how you would know what's the best way to rune your monsters. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Don't hesitate to ask any questions. No question is a noob question. You know, everybody has questions, whether they're an advanced player or a noob. You know, all people are always asking questions. So leave your questions down below. I'm sorry this video is taking so long. I probably rambled on a little bit, but thank you for watching this, and I hope to see you again.